Even though my friend Gwapo would say that this is for the hoes, this is truly for women.
For the lady, because you a lady.
I think it's truly for women because we need to have our 20s. Even if it's 20 to 25, 18 to 24, women really need their time to learn and grow with themselves. First, you got to know who you are. You got to know what you like. You got to know what kind of man you like. You're not going to learn that at 18 or 19. I mean, there's a few of us who may figure that out early, but the majority of us, it takes a long time to really figure out what we're doing in this life. And while it is important, you know, to like find love and a husband and this, that, and the other, you need to learn yourself first. Because if you go out in here and get married earlier, like you don't know yourself, how that man gonna know you if you don't know yourself? How is he gonna love you if you don't know how to love yourself? How is he gonna put up with you if he ain't put up with himself?
Don't worry, y'all. You know I got you.
It's really not about pacing yourself. For one, if you know you want to be married, then don't spend all of your 20s, you know, trying to figure out who you are. Maybe take 3 or 4 years. First of all, you have to be very intentional about what you want to do. If you know you want kids early, have your few little whole years and then have your kids at 26, 27. No. I'm not saying live out all of your 20s to your early 30s going on Cancun trips and hoeing and this, that, and the other. It's more so about being intentional with what you want. If you know you want a career, fuck it. Don't worry about men. Don't worry about trying to lock something down. You go freeze your eggs and figure the shit out later. If you want to be in a hole in these streets, go do that. Like I don't see what the big deal is. Even though if men don't want the car with all the miles on it, fuck it. Maybe that woman wants to be the car with all the miles.
All right, look. Now you know this type of stuff right here is what I was born to talk about. You feel me? And I love Erin, and she definitely shot y'all some bell. But we gotta be real here, right? Like, when you say finding yourself, why does that always equate with being a hoe? Finding yourself has nothing to do with getting fucked by multiple men and eating steaks. You understand? Like, how does, I hate when girls say, well, my whole phase was to find myself. What the fuck you find? You kept finding more dick, it sound like, and more breakups and bad memories. So let's just change the narrative when girls go through their little young phase. It has to equate with them being a hoe. You can still date smartly in your young phase and still have fun. Fun does not always equate to getting fucked. Fun is traveling the world with your friends, going to London, going to Paris, going to Egypt. That's called finding yourself. If you're finding yourself in different hotel rooms with different men, you ain't finding shit but dick. And if you want to keep that little curtain over your whole fast, well, I was young, I was finding myself. No, you found yourself single, almost 40. Yeah, and what did you learn? Sex positions? Restaurants? What, Miami? DR? Like, what y'all finding? And she's not wrong, what she said. And I'm not wrong neither. But when you see when I hear a girl saying, I found myself, I want to hear her mentioning how she went to London, she went to Cambodia, she traveled the world, she internships, different jobs, dating different people, dating. Like, I mean, like, respectfully. Stop degrading yourself because the narrative for spring break means go get fucked and get drunk. No, spring break means take a break and relax. See, we always tend to add sex and make it fun. Nah, like finding yourself could be you studying abroad, you know, like being a better person. And I feel like you just gave girls who are out there hoeing a breath. Like, yeah, you see, I could do that shit now. And no, ma, you just finding different dick. And ain't nothing gonna come good from fucking your whole 20s and then your mid 30s, then getting a man in your later 30s. You wasted all that good pussy.
Wait, I have a question, Gwapo.
Hold up, you wasted all that good pussy. That thing might be still good, but them walls going for all them weirdos who you found yourself with. Now I done found your ass, and I gotta deal with all this shit.
But Gwapo, why I actually agree, I still believe that you have a group of women.
Yeah.
Some of these women is gonna be hoes. Some of these women are gonna be, career professionals. Some of these women are gonna go and do study abroad and travel to Cambodia and this, that, and the other. You gotta let women do what the fuck they want to do. Like I don't want us to judge.
No, we're letting them, but I'm giving them a man perspective on my opinion.
Fair.
No, we're letting them, but it's our job to give them both sides. You are right; they have the right to do that. But go ahead.
I just don't think that we should make it about hoeing, because I know when a lot of women, let's say my friends, when we talk about finding ourselves, it's literally about brunching, sipping champagne, talking about what we want to do. Let's get together to go buy an apartment building so that we can invest. Like, we talk about freezing eggs. We talk about, literally everything under the sun. And it's actually rare, and it might just be my friends, it's actually rare that hoeing comes up. Yes, people have their whole phase. Yes, are doing some fucking out there. And that's good for them. But let's be real about it. Like, women need, and I don't know, do men need that time? Because women definitely need the time.
Let me just be clear, though. Now, she asked me a question.
Yeah.
So let's be clear, though, right? There's nothing wrong with having sex and having fun with your life and enjoying your young years. But what's wrong is you thinking that that's needed to find yourself. That's wrong. So if you a young girl watching this right now, or a young man, you're like, oh, Gwapo telling me that it's corny to... No, it's not corny. But just know from me that that's not needed to find yourself. Because me living my life, the things that I found out about myself wasn't at spring break. It wasn't at the Holiday Inn. It wasn't in the club. I found myself doing real things like reading, dating and learning about myself, and just, being a father. Like, that's what finding yourself means. So let's not always just put sex in it. Where I come from, most of the parents are middle class to poverty. So poor relationships and poor marriages aren't as happy as rich marriages. So I think in the urban culture, when we see marriage, we just see struggle. Because we always see other people around us struggling married, trying to make it, living in little apartments. So to the average black or Hispanic kid in the ghetto, marriage don't really seem happy to him. Marriage seems happy to white people, because white people are married, they have houses, they do things. On TV, you see on TV, on these talk shows, you'll see white families. You'll see rich white families. On the Bel Air, on Fresh Prince, you watched that show because you wanted to see how Will was living. You was poor watching that show. They don't show you what real black love looked like. A lot of it ain't always, glitz and glamour, like on Atlanta Housewives. There'd be some struggle where I'm from when they marriage. So when I hear marriage, I'd be like, damn, my mind goes to money. When as a black man in America, when you mention marriage to me, I'd be like, damn, marriage? I think about the money I gotta spend. Because where I'm from, the man got it the worst. It seems like the man gotta do everything in marriage. Like, all the weight on the man's back. So to a man, marriage don't sound too good these days, because the way TV got it and these rap songs got it, the man gotta do everything. You feel me? So it's like, marriage don't really sound too good where I'm from. It don't sound... Now, if you Katie and Sarah, you want to get married because your mom married a white dude, you gonna marry a rich white dude, y'all gonna live in a big-ass house, get a pet, have a bunch of kids. To them, it sounds great. But when you trying to come up and you middle class, that shit sound expensive.
I think that when it comes to who's getting married first, it's about conditioning. Yeah. We are not, in fact, conditioned to pursue marriage. Like you said earlier, a lot of us grew up in, well, I didn't, but a lot of people grew up in single-family homes where it was only one parent doing all the rearing. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So if that's what you see, you would not condition to desire, to want, to what's the word? Emulate, having a two-parent home, because you didn't see it. You worried about going in here and getting money, about working, because people are struggling. You trying to make it to the next level. It's all about what you see. It's about representation. And like you just said, Katie wants to get married because Katie's parents was married at 22 and they've been together for 44 years. You know what I mean? That's not the same example that's been traditionally set for us. Yeah. Maybe with our grandparents, But like with our parents, it's a whole nother situation. So we just have a very different perspective when it comes to marriage.
You know what's funny about black love? No, because I know I'm gonna get comments like, "Oh, he disrespecting black love." I know. My parents was married 32 years. It's gonna be a bunch of them. You know, black love. Every black marriage ain't poor. Listen, I'm here to speak from what I see. I'm not here to speak from your lens. So, this is why when you are privileged and you came up rich, marriage seems beautiful to you. Because you're living in a happy home. Your dad's look at the Kardashians, right? They was raised with their mother at home, and the dad's the lawyer, rich lawyer. Look at all of them now. They have the exact same thing. They all have rich husbands, rich babies, and they happen to get a hustle or two. But in a perfect world, they did what their mother did: get you a rich man. So to them, they all want to get married. But to Shaniqua and Kira, they dad wasn't a good husband to their mom. And mom always was broke. So Keisha and Shakira is like, damn, marriage? Do he got money? Let's face it. In the black community, it's about money with marriage. Because let's face it,
survival.
Don't no woman want to marry no broke nigga. And don't no rightful smart man want to marry a broke woman neither. But in the black community, marriage isn't a happy topic. It's like
maybe.
It's like maybe.
Yeah.
Cause as a man, it scared us to death. Cause like we seen our dad struggle in divorce court and child support and alimony. We seen it never really work.
Wait, but I have a question. So what are we gonna do? The question is, how do we change the narrative about what we
make it about love?
How we were negatively impacted when it comes to what we saw as marriage.
Listen,
we really have to change the narrative about how we approach marriage, how we approach dating, how we approach rearing a family. What do we do? We
live in a world where it shifts to physical. I'm a victim of that too. Everything is based on physical, how it look, how it shake, how ass. So men are now trained to not go for the smartest girl with the most potential or the one with the most upside. I myself look at the physical first. You feel me? So it's like, what I'm saying that for is this: the quality, the judgment used to obtain queens and husbands and boyfriends now is being tainted by the physical nature of our society. The rap videos, the fashion, the girls. Men are now marrying girls who look like a wife, but not a wife. And girls are marrying niggas with the money of the husband of their dreams, but not the soul and heart of the king they really want. So we all marrying the wrong people. It's all the wrong people. I myself done turned down so many good girls just for their body wasn't right. And then I get a chick with a crazy body looking crazy, and I'm like, damn, I noticed myself. I did so many regular girls that had regular bodies, that had morals and standards for the baddest one. So this generation, the girl date the nigga with the money who ain't shit, and the nigga date the girl with the body who ain't shit, making a bunch of ain't shit marriages, a bunch of ain't shit kids. It's a cycle. Let's start dating for who's the best for us.